It's hard to know. Sometimes, especially with this particular model, you get issues with this wiring in here, like right inside here. Like I measure it and everything measures fine.
Well, I'm not going to take your time, you know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm going to, unless you want me to be here with you.
Oh, I don't care. I can keep talking, you know.
I remember when I was a foreman for San Diego Gas and Electric.
Right.
In construction, and you know, I would do jobs on new installation of gas mains and services, and people wanted to know everything that I was doing, you know?
Yeah.
They were on you, hovering around you. Sometimes they don't let you do the job right.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
That's why I said, well, if you want me to, I'll just go ahead and...
Yeah, no, you can hang out if you want, or you can leave if you want. It doesn't matter.
Well, whatever turns you on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You can always tell me what the problem is.
That's true.
You got your phone there, right?
My phone?
Yeah, well, you called me on your phone, are you?
Yeah, it's in the truck, but I'll be able to reach you.
I don't know how long it's going to take you to troubleshoot that.
Not too long, actually.
Well, maybe I ought to wait around then.
Yeah, you can wait around. I just picked this up recently.
You just bought that?
Yeah, I finally bought I was using like a cheap Harbor Freight one, you know?
Yeah.
And it was giving me crazy readings, and I was like, oh, I gotta go invest some money in something decent. So, that's what I did. I'm happy with it. So far. You said you couldn't get it lit though, right? Shouldn't be doing that.
Replaced about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I think it's loose. You hear it? You hear it inside there? It means...
That means that the pilot's not hitting the thermocoupling and you're not generating enough electricity to keep it open.
No, I think what happened is the guy who worked on it didn't put the screw in it, and I think it's floating around loose inside. That's just a guess.
Could be, yeah. Well, I'm going to go for a minute. I'll be right back. Huh?
Okay. Alright, so doing a service call on a 2014 Rheem water heater. And I'm starting to run low on parts for these. Because I've done so many service calls recently. Let's see if I can get you a better angle here. But you can kind of hear it moving around. I could be wrong. You're back. There you go. Oh, I guess I was wrong about that. I swore it felt like it was moving. Oh yeah, it's moving. It's moving a little bit. Oh, that's why. Yeah, it's moving around a little bit.
I'll just sit here to keep the company.
Yeah, there you go. I was working out of this bucket for a while, like just a bucket, you know, like a little
on a forklift or something.
No, like a 2-gallon bucket, like a bucket of paint. You know?
Okay.
I had all my tools in a bucket, and I was always rifling through there. And I finally got so frustrated with it, and I went out and bought that, and I love it. You know, I got everything.
Well organized.
I got everything organized,
Yeah.
so I can. There we go.
When the guy came in here and he relit it.
Okay.
But it went off again, out again, see?
Yeah.
And I thought, that's not too good, it's probably there.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a little cheater device. So I can test your valve. It's working on this one. Alright, well, let me see if I can get it lit now.
Yeah, you know, the gas company's not supposed to get in there to do that.
Yeah, they're not supposed
So your
to.
warranty runs out or some damn thing.
Oh, your warranty already ran out. Yeah. It's only 6 years. They give you.
How old is that?
That's a 2014. I knew it when you sent me the picture because right about 2016-17 they stopped using these burner assemblies. So when you showed me this, I knew automatically it was either a 15 or a 14.
Are they better now or worse?
Oh, they're the same pieces of crap, to be honest with you. They're just a little more complicated. They just made them a little more complicated. I actually like these. They're real simple to work on. But they do this, it's this ultra low NOx, or so I guess they put out less of a gas, right? Like whatever NOx is. I'm not entirely sure what gas it puts out. But
into the atmosphere?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, into the atmosphere. So.
Carbon monoxide or whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah, I think most water heaters only give off carbon dioxide if it's burning the fuel properly. Which is, it's the weirdest thing, you know. I never fully understood it because, you know, they do all this venting for a water heater, but inside your house, you can turn on your gas stove. There's no venting. They're all. You can get 4 of those suckers going right into your kitchen, right into your face. And so people always give me a hard time. They're like, "Why don't you do combustion testing?" Because I have a little YouTube channel, and they're like, "You don't do combustion testing," and I'm like, "What's the difference between that burning and your
that's right.
and your stove? You know, like I don't. It's, you know."
I know how it is because I was in the field myself.
Yeah, you know how it is. It's just
God,
like some things just don't make sense.
Some people are just a pain in the neck.
Yeah, oh yeah, no doubt about that. So what did you do for San Diego Gas and Electric?
I had 2 jobs, you know. My primary job was a foreman.
Okay.
Construction foreman.
Okay.
Installation of mains and gas lines and stuff.
Okay.
And then I was also a leak foreman.
Okay.
Detected leaks in the system.
All right.
And I did that most of the time.
Oh, okay. So you had like a wand or something you go around with, like some kind of device to.
Well, you hook
like a
you
sniffer.
hook onto the meter and you trace it out, trace the service out.
Oh, okay.
Where it ties in, and then you have a print, and it shows you Well, you better have some indication. If you don't, you can still pick up the signal. So you can
Okay.
pick up the signal, see where the lines are going. You know,
Right.
where your leak is, and one indication is when your vegetation starts to dry out and die.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, if you have nice trees and stuff, you know, in the front yard, and your gas line comes in the front yard, or your lawn,
Okay, and everything around it starts dying.
that gas will start killing it.
Oh,
You know?
man. Yeah.
But we have people, the gas company has people that go periodically checking the whole system with what they call an FI unit, and it's a detector of gas,
Mm-hmm.
and they can just detect it up on top, you know, through cracks of the cement,
Right.
and then they'll turn in an order to have a crew come out and check it out and find out what the problem is.
Okay.
So, how'd you get involved with this? Is this all you do all day? Or?
No. No, I work for a construction company. I got involved with this. We had a contract for a bunch of water heaters, like to remove and replace water heaters for the San Diego Housing Commission, a bunch of apartments they owned. And I talked my boss into it, and they were working. And I said, hey, let me keep them, and I'll store them at the yard, and we'll just sell them cheap. Split the money. Right? And they were selling like hotcakes.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So people were scooping them up. So I got it lit, and it's measuring the voltage right now.
It's going up.
It's going up.
You say it's lit up already?
Yeah, it's lit now.
Oh, so you're getting
I think your igniter's bad. Right? So you can kind of hear it. Hear the. This is bad. I'll replace this before I leave.
Okay.
So I put another one on here. It lets me shoot a spark in there, and it came right up.
Right.
So your voltage looks pretty good.
From a company.
Well, it's a thermal pile. Same
that's
thing.
what
It's
they
a
call
pile.
it.
It's a pile. That's what they call these. Yeah.
A pile of crap.
It's a pile. Yeah, it's a pile of thermocouples. So it's a bunch of them, and that's what you need to run the little circuit board.
Right.
So anyway, I was selling these water heaters, and I got down to the last like 7 or 8 of them, and they were broken. So like I jumped on the internet and kind of like did a little research and learned how to fix them and replace the valves and do this and that because I wanted to sell them and get the money. And then when all the water heaters were gone, I wanted more water heaters, right? Because I wanted to keep that whole little business going. So then I started hustling every free water heater I could get my hands on Craigslist, and because people give them away all the time.
Yeah,
I see one on the street, I grab it and keep the parts. And I can kind of tell now. I can just tell by looking at a water heater why they got rid of it. I have a pretty good idea.
If it's leaking water right away, they want a new one.
They want a new one, yeah. Yeah, they want a new
Get rid
one.
of the old one, you know. They don't think about saving the parts. Who would ever think of saving the parts?
Yeah,
unless with like you.
Yeah. I save as many of them as I can, and then I use them on service calls, because I know that they're good. So you're pretty healthy here. You're at, you're at 666, which is a terrible number to be at, but that's a good voltage. So that's plenty of voltage. Yeah, anything over 300. Yeah, anything over 300 millivolts, and you're at 664 millivolts. So
over 300 there.
Yeah, so that looks pretty good. So we'll see if your valve comes up now.
No, I have my family are plumbers.
Okay.
But you know what? I was talking to this guy here from the gas company, and he says, no, this guy does it all the time. Because a plumber does a whole bunch of other crap. He might not be real good at this.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Because they're usually into plumbing.
Yeah.
And I said, no, give me his phone number. He said, well, I don't have it with me. I'll get it for you. I hooked up with you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that's great.
Yeah, no, I specialize in, well, I install them and stuff too, so I do a little bit of
Well,
plumbing.
you install them too.
Yeah, I install them too, so I do a little
Do
bit
you
of
go
plumbing.
over Arizona to get some of the old ones?
I won't go that far. Arizona's a long way to go. I got plenty of them. I got a whole yard full of them now. It's just finding the time to work
No,
on
but
them.
I mean about the old-fashioned ones
Oh, like the open combustion chamber types?
that you just get in and just pilot, go
Yeah.
in there and light it,
Yeah,
release the damn pilot indicator there, and
yeah,
just turn it on, and
yeah.
on it goes.
Yeah, they stopped making those in like 2002 or 2003.
I thought Arizona still had them, they were illegal.
Maybe.
That's
They-
what they told me. There's people from here going over there. This is a couple of 3 years ago or so.
Maybe. I'm
The
sure.
people-
Well, some of them are still floating around. You know, they last a long time.
Oh yeah.
They last a long time. And I still see them and I work on them. Because I got parts for those too. And those are nice. It's a pain lighting them with a match. But
They're a pain.
kinda. Yeah, kinda. They can kind of
Yeah,
be.
here you don't
I
have
got
to do
spoiled
that.
with these little push a button. You know?
Oh yeah.
So it's on right now and it's running. So what I did is I hooked it back up after I got it lit and put it in here. But I think what's going on is I think your igniter.
Replace that.
I think your igniter's bad. Yeah, and I'll replace the igniter.
Okay.
And then if it keeps going out on you again, what'll happen is these valves, when they go bad, they flash, right? So the LED tells you what's going on. So it'll flash once every 3 seconds. That's normal. That just tells you it's on and it's operating. Right? Every 3 seconds. And then if it flashes faster, like this, you count those flashes and you check them against this chart right here. There's a little chart. And anything, 2 through 8 will tell you what's wrong with it. That's why I'm waiting to see if it starts flashing. I want to see it. If the valve's bad, I want to know. But I think it probably just went out and, maybe shouldn't go out. But I think you were doing some stuff with your gas system a little bit, right? No? Oh, okay.
No, but what a coincidence. The following day, I found out that my four-star heating unit went out.
Right. Yeah.
And I thought for a minute, I said, that's kind of strange. And then the water heater. I found it strange. I said, we're working on gas mains and stuff. You're supposed to purge the air out.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get a young foreman that doesn't know that crap sometimes or ignores it, and he'll just energize the system. And I thought maybe there's a slug of air in there. What a coincidence that both of them went out.
Yeah. Yeah, could have been some air inside there.
But the guy that gave me your number came again yesterday.
And he couldn't get it lit.
He
Right?
took care of the pilot light on the four-star heating unit. But I didn't mention this because I knew there was a problem. I'd already called twice on this.
Okay.
But he gave me your phone number. He says, oh, no, he didn't give it to me then. He says, but I'll give it to you. I don't have it with me, but I'll call you and give it to you. So,
Well, I think you're good all down in here. I think if you have a problem, it might be the valve,
okay.
It could be the valve. So far, everything's all right. I would think if it goes out again, you call me and I come out and change the valve, I won't charge you to do that.
Okay.
I'll charge you for today, but then I won't charge you to come, because I don't like to do that,
Well, you'll have more business that way too.
Exactly. Yeah, I usually get more business.
And then not only that, but if I know somebody that needs you, I'll just call you and say,
Yeah.
call this guy. Do you have a card?
I do. Yeah, I'll leave you with some cards.
Yeah.
And then I'll change the clicker, so next time you need to light it, you won't have to wait 8 hours. You just come out and light it, and it should come up again. But it should be flashing. It should communicate and say, this is what.
Now?
Yeah, it's hard to see it in the sunlight. Yeah, it's flashing.
Okay.
It's flashing once every 3 seconds. So it's saying everything's fine. But it's it's starting to go. So something's starting to go wrong. Now it could be the valve. Because I think everything down here is fine based on measuring the thermopile voltage. There's nothing really else to go wrong. You know, it's all just metal. This is just a tube, right? Just lets a little bit of gas down in there, lights the pilot flame.
Right.
And then this just sends more gas down to keep it going, and it looks pretty healthy. And the flame looks good. And it's running, so I'll just replace the clicker on it.
Okay.
I gotta shut that down to do it. And then that way you can relight it, and then if it happens again, hopefully it doesn't. But if it happens again, then you call me and I'll come change the valve. I'll know what it is at that point, because we've already done it.
You live run close by here?
I live kind of close to downtown. I'm about 9.8 miles away.
Up point, right down the center of town?
Yeah, close to downtown San Diego.
Where?
Like Grant Hill area.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Grant Hill. So.
That's where the rich folks live?
I don't know. I'm sure a few of them do. Yeah.
Oh, you were asking me what I did in the gas company. I was also a diving foreman.
Oh, okay.
Underwater diver.
Oh, yeah, cool.
When we had the power plants.
Oh, wow.
You know, because we had 4 power plants then, and the company got rid of the power plants because Sempra wanted to. Well, SDG&E wanted to team up with Southern Cal Gas.
Okay.
And the only way that the PUC would let them do it would be to sell the power plants. So you sell the power plants, and we'll let you go ahead and unite yourself as one unit. So that's why they call it Sempra.
Okay.
Where Southern Cal and San Diego Gas and Electric are one unit.
Oh.
Controlled by Sempra.
Okay.
You know, but before that, when the power plants were running, we were going to the power plant tunnels and stuff, you know, and check stuff out that they were having problems with.
That's all underwater?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then the lines that go to Coronado, they went across the bay. So we had to maintain those.
Oh, okay.
So there's times that I'd be out there working as a diver for 2-3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And my crew out here they'd get another foreman to take over. So, but it was interesting. It was interesting to do those jobs, you know, then.
Yeah. The whole reason I bought this meter is so I could test the ohms, you know, resistance. And I can't figure it out, but it didn't seem to work.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Still got your warranty on it?
I do. Yeah.
Take it back.
Yeah.
How old is this water tank here now? Since what?
2014.
Where'd you see that at? Is it up there?
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, 2014.
Yeah. It says it right
8
there.
years ago, huh?
Yeah, you're a couple years beyond your warranty.
No. Your backup always works.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, kinda. It kinda works. If I put it on the right setting, it'll work. Well, let me change out that igniter.
Okay.
And then you just call me again if it happens.
I will do that.
And then I'll come out and put a different valve on. Yeah, it looks like there's some big storm clouds or something.
Yeah.
Brewing out there. How long you been retired?
22 years.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I was with a gas company for 40.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
That's a long time.
yeah, it was a long, but you know, it's an experience.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. The only thing that was bad about it is getting calls at night or in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I
We
guess
need
you're
you, we need you, we need you.
right.
You know? So what do you do during the day?
I do like estimating and project management, you know, so I like meet homeowners at their home and write up the scope of work and submit the bid and then meet the guys, show them what the work is, order the materials, stuff like that. Just kind of manage the projects along. So a lot of that.
Keeps you busy, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, it never ends. Never ends.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Yeah, so it's lit now. So I think that might have been part of the problem. Is I think this thing just isn't.
And we're out.
Yeah, it's just
Well, they
not.
do throw us out of the park, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really. I got a high. There's a little bit going on in there, but
Not good enough.
I don't. Yeah, you can hear it. You can kind of hear the spring starting to wear out a little. So that'll make it easier. So if it goes out, you know, don't wait.
I'll give you a call. Give you
Yeah.
a call. I want to hear you start it off, and I'm going to get it's still $75, right? $75.
75. Yeah.
I'll go ahead and get them for you.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah. So it's ready to go.
there you go. I hear it. I hear it. I hear it.
There you go. Magic.
Yeah.
All right. Good deal.
Very, very good.
Alright, so still could be the valve. Not sure why it was shutting down, but they had a hard time relighting it. This Pizio igniter was going bad. Tested the thermal pile voltage. We had 666 millivolts and got it lit. The valve seems to be operating. It's flashing once every 3 seconds. You can see it. You can barely see it, but it is flashing. So I told them if it happens again, I'll come back out and change the valve. Anyway, thank you for watching. Consider subscribing. If you like service call videos or installation videos or tips and tricks, which I desperately need to get back to those videos. I did a test on the valve, kind of off camera. It came back 14.2. which it should be between 11 and 13, but I was using my multimeter from Harbor Freight, and that thing's like at least 0.4 of a millivolt or 0.4 of an ohm off. And I tried using my new Klein tools on ohms, but it doesn't seem to work. It always says out of range, so either I'm using it wrong or that part of it doesn't work, which is the whole reason I bought it. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching, and consider subscribing, and have a great night.